Hello YouTube! It is time for that Kuroko no basket. So this is my favorite anime of the season. This is a seasonal anime and the story revolves around a basketball team that's been put together, and we have some special characters like Kuroko, who is like this misdirection guy. I'll get to that later. We have Kagami, who's the center, redhead, and we've got Hyuga, who's a point guard. Basically, we have two players. Kuroko and Kagami were new players to the team, and they joined this year, and they've been like really big impact players. So they've been playing a lot. Now, where the story is right now is that they played a blue call a season called the Inter High, and now they're at the Winter Cup, and they're playing this really difficult team called. So Kuroko, the player who has the blue hair, has this ability to misdirect. Now, what this means is that while he's on the basketball court, because of his weak presence, he's able to use that to his advantage when he's utilizing his passes. He's able to pass the ball without being seen, without people being able to detect where his balls are going. So what this means is that while he was in the game, this was affecting the flow of the game. However, Toho Academy was able to get a handle on this. Toho's Academy's point guard, Imayashi, he was able to neutralize them by not looking at Kuroko directly. When you look at Kuroko directly, apparently that was when the misdirection really worked. That was when he was able to basically almost like hypnotize you, so that you're not focusing on what's going on the other side of the court, and therefore he's able to get by you. Does it make a whole lot of sense? No, but just go with it. So what happens is that once they neutralized this, Toho Academy began to take the lead, because once I was neutralized, they were able to score more. Not only were they able to score more, they kind of stretched the lead a little bit. And on the other side, you have this player called Awomine Daiki. Really good player, really dangerous player. The dangerous player from the generation of miracles. And he is basically more like, okay, we definitely got this. But then they turn up the heat. Saren turns up the heat. What Kuroko does is that he masters this thing called misdirection overflow, as they say in the Japanese. I absolutely love it. I find it hilarious. Misdirection overflow. So what happens is that when Kuroko's misdirection runs out, everybody on Toho is finally able to see him. So what he does is that he reverses his technique, where the people who are able to see him now, he focuses his gaze on him, and he in turn is able to give them all the abilities that he had. So now they can do the vanishing drive, they can do all the other stuff. So then they begin to so Saren begins to catch up with Toho Academy as it goes down the line. And then when you think everything is going their way, Awomine Daiki just pulls up this awesome shot where he's going for this, which is supposed to be a layup, and Kagami runs up in front of him, and as they meet, he just does this twist around move and basically dunks it. So the way this episode pretty much ends, it ends with Aomine getting the ball back again, and he's staring down Kagami, and what's happened is that his strengths have returned. And that's pretty much the gist of the episode. I didn't want to go too much into detail because I wanted to get my thoughts on this episode out there. Now here are my thoughts on this episode. I love the animation. The animation was really good as usual. The music is great. The art is great. All that stuff is great. The other thing I wanted to talk about was that you've got all the other teams that are watching, and they're all talking about the development of Saren's team. They're not talking about this game in particular. Now, this game is between one of the heavyweights of this tournament. It has one of the Generation of Miracle characters on it, and the Generation of Miracles for those of you who have not been following the story, it's basically a group of 5 players who who were on a team in middle school, and these guys basically dominated middle school. They won 3 national championships in a row, and each of the players on this team were the dominant player of that particular position. So that would be the position of guard, point guard, the position of center, power forward. I don't mean Daike's power forward, and small forward. Kisei would be small forward. So those five positions. So in terms of this chapter, where the major progression of the story, I would say, is just in the fact that we see that Kuroko had something else to offer in terms of what his strategy was in terms of his card, his trump card, which was basically his giving off his abilities to his teammates once his own personal abilities ran out. Now, the thing we find out is that what makes this very risky for Seren's basketball team is that the Toho can now see him on the court. And what this means is that now that they can see him, they can see how he moves when he does his misdirection. So that means that if they were to meet him again, he's not going to be able to use his misdirection as effectively as he's been using it before. So this story, this episode was mainly about Kuroko and what happens to him when his misdirection runs out, and then it becomes misdirection overflow. Now, when the misdirection overflow takes over, that's when his opponents can play at a high level and so forth. But will this be enough? Will this be enough to stop Awamine Daiki? Because we see that the episode ends with Awamine Daiki holding the ball. So this is Awamine at his best. This is him at his original self, the way he was in Taiko Middle School when he was truly great. So anyway, that was the episode overall. It was a great episode. I would rate this I'll rate 8 out of 10. It was a great episode. So next week we'll see where this story takes us. Let's see what's going to happen at the end of this quarter, because this was basically up to the 3rd quarter. So we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know what stops he'll bring out. And I'm curious, will Seren win this game if Awamine wakes up? Does Kagi have any more cards up his sleeve? Will misdirection overflow continue? Tell me what you think. But I'm not entirely confident Seren can stop him, unless there's something else we haven't seen. But anyway, thank you for watching. This is the crossover. Signing out.